and possibly step across the line of durability.
Well, you're not going to win this race by not being aggressive on the air pressure, because the guy that can run it the lowest is going to make the most grip, and being limited on the back with the travel, that air pressure is all you have left to get that diffuser lower to the ground.
What a perfect day for racing. Temperature's going to be in the low 70s. It's sunny. Yes, it's Chamber of Commerce, Kansas weather, Clint.
That's God's country is what you're trying to say, baby.
Well, I can see the other side of the state from the booth, so it's pretty flat, Clint.
80 laps for stage 1, 85 for lap 2 in the final stage, 102 laps. 5 miles an hour down pit road. You'll need fuel every 65 laps or so. And Busch Light is giving you the chance to take home $1,000. Follow at Busch Beer on social and enter using hashtag Busch All for One, hashtag sweepstakes during every lap that ends in a 1 for your chance to win. How about keys to the race, sponsored by Toyota?
Yeah, Mike. First and foremost, move your groove around. You can run from the bottom to the top of the track around a 1.5 mile track, looking for speed, grip, and clean air. Split the 3 stages in half, or maybe come a little bit earlier, and all year long. And here at Kansas, execution on pit road. Last year was a comedy of errors on pit road. You got to clean that up, Mike.
Thanks, Larry. Here's some radio from Chase Elliott's team.
After that, have a good day, fellas. Appreciate all the effort. Nice day for it. Make it happen. Yeah, let's go all day long here. Wear them down. Be there when it matters.
Well, that's exactly what they do the best. They wear them down. They're very good at putting themselves to be in a good position at the end of these races. And we've seen it year after year after year, week after week this season. You can't beat yourself.
Kevin, Mike told us how many laps you've led at this racetrack and the success you had. How hard is it to find a balance on these restarts? You know, that was one thing that was a challenge for me. I could be good on the one side or the other, but it's hard to be good all the way through the run.
Well, and especially with this Gen 7 car, you have to be able to get yourself in a position where you don't lose a bunch of spots. And you want to be able to make that car turn, but not be too loose so that you can
Ready?
protect yourself from a track position standpoint.
I'm ready.
Now, 2 drivers have to sacrifice their qualifying positions and go to the rear. Noah Gregson's team changed the steering column after qualifying. Joey Logano's team changed the steering rack and pump. So they'll be starting from out back.
Whoa! You loud and proud. Oh, here we go.
400 miles in the Midwest, about to get going here at Kansas Speedway.
Green flag is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing next.
Kansas Speedway.
Oh, yeah.
Now you see 4 wide already right there. You see Chase Briscoe able to get underneath last week's winner of Ty Gibbs. Still 4 wide back there.
That's what makes this track so fun. Progressive banking, these restarts, it's immediate. Speaking of immediate, look at the drag race here for the front row, the lead.
Wow, you got 2 Toyota drivers that both refuse to lift.
Whoa!
Yeah, definitely a little bit of contact right there getting into turn 1. So hard. We saw that yesterday.
That's a big slip up.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday in the ARCA race. The way that entry is into turn 1, you'd think that car is going to swoop up there further than it does, but that entry wall is straight, kind of cuts the angle off into turn 1.
And a good restart, or a good start, rather, for Briscoe. Already up to 3rd.
Larson and Hosemar jumped from 6th to 4th. Now Larson has repassed him, putting Hosemar back to 5th, and he's under fire once again from Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, and that's a tough pass right there off of turn 2, running the bottom of the racetrack, because that top lane carries so much momentum. You want to spend as much time as possible in that top lane. We know the tires are right on the edge at the end of these runs, wearing them out.
And that was a perfect snapshot of what that is. Running the bottom, it choked Ty Gibbs down right there. Huge, massive run on the outside of Hosemar. Not only got him clearing Gibbs, drove right by the 5 car.
Yeah, and you see that massive run when the cars are side by side here. See Ryan Priest pull up right on the back bumper of the 54 and the 12. So
lead change, Hamlin goes to the inside, goes back up top to cover, and drops back down in turn number 3. Let's go back and look at the contact earlier as they battled for the lead side by side.
And you see him going into turn one right here, and it looks like Tyler was still hanging up the racetrack, and Denny was ready to turn down into the corner and just made a little bit of contact. You can see the way that wall straightens out right there. You almost go straight for a second.
You
But
see his hood flaps fly up?
the little smoke, hood flap fly up, never lifted.
That's that negative pressure, the air around these cars at 200 mile an hour. As soon as they got close to one another, pulled the air right off the front of the 45. That was cool.
On the bottom, that's Ryan Priest steaming around the outside, picking up a spot for Bubba Wallace. He moves to 8th.
Yeah, and where this story is really going to start to tell itself is once we get, 10, 15 laps into this race to see whose car is handling well. We saw it yesterday. They've created this weird little line off the turn 2 right there. They kind of go up to the wall and straighten the corner out on the exit. So see a lot of guys doing that again today. But I believe that's hard on those right rear tires, which you want to take care of to make sure you can make it 40 laps or so.
Toyota dominated practice. They had the 5 fastest cars in practice. And here are the Toyota top performers as they run 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 9th. Looking back from the Toyota cam the Advent Health cam on board Eric Jones. And looking ahead from Ty Gibbs, Monster Energy Cam.
Well, the name of the game is grip, and nobody's doing it better than the Toyotas. It's exactly what we thought was going to happen. Jamie?
Well, guys, Denny Hamlin qualified second, but right away after practice, this team knew if they wanted to beat Tyler Reddick and everyone else in the hunt, they were going to have to make a change. Chris Gale, his crew chief, talked to him this morning. He said he lost sleep last night, literally trying to figure out how little of a change they're going to need to make the difference. Denny Hamlin himself came in first thing this morning. They went over simulation notes together, made a small tweak on it, and right now it's out leading. I think they're thinking they made the right choice.
A lot of people sleep on the fact that Denny Hamlin he's a hard worker, and he's very detail oriented, and the conversations and the things that he can talk about with his teams that are at another level than most of the guys, and that's what it takes to keep your car up in the front of the pack. But they've made some good choices so far, but this racetrack is going to change a lot as we go through the day.
This is the 7th straight race at Kansas that Denny Hamlin has led. Larry.
Yeah, Mike, I've been looking at Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick, things they're doing with brake and throttle. Reddick drives the car deeper in the corner than Denny, but he has to use a lot more brake than Denny. Denny's able to pick the